Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Coffee Break, and welcome back to the EmpireKas. This is game number 3, the ace match between EmpireKas, who's a little upset because he thought that he countered the build in the last game that Mana did, but yeah, he didn't. He did not counter it quite well enough, apparently. We are going to be having EmpireKas spawning in the top left position here on, I believe, Shakira's Plateau. And down here in the lower right, ooh, a little bit of smack talk going on here. EmpireKas accusing the Protoss race of A-moving, which not totally true. Yeah, my roommate just laughed at that. Not totally true. Not totally true. I believe Mana just played better in that last matchup, and I don't believe Kas really countered it perfectly, but we'll get to that in just a second. Here is Mana, mouzMana, however you pronounce his clan name. I can never get it right. Spawning in the lower right-hand position on Shakira's Plateau, so we will be having cross spawns. And it is tied up once again, 1-1 in the series. Kas won the first game and was pretty much ahead that entire game. Just pretty much beat Mana. I mean, it wasn't anything fancy. It was just a bio ball, but just a very well executed bio bomb. And in game number 2, we saw Mana come back, and instead of going Colossus first, went Templar, then Colossus, was able to win game number 2. And I don't really know why Kas feels really upset about that last game, because he was saying that he countered exactly what Mana was doing, and how I believe how he thinks he countered was getting a fast Ghost Academy. But really, Mana didn't stick on Templar that long. And while ghosts are good just in general, ghosts aren't exactly the counter to Colossus. So I think EmpireKas' argument is a little bit unwarranted, but not a big deal, because we are in game 3. The last game doesn't matter at this point because we are just up into an ace match now. Mana getting the scout off into the base, sees that there is no gas. And what you want to do when you're scouting isn't to try to see what exactly your opponent is doing. You want to see what your opponent cannot be doing. No gas, we are probably not going to be seeing some sort of stim concussive push. And it does open up the possibility still for a marine push, a heavy marine push. It opens up the fast expand possibility, which is the most likely of them all, I'd say. So that's kind of how you want to keep in mind when you're scouting. Yet another day 9 thing, because day 9 is awesome and he has so many good tips and tricks for the younger player. We are seeing once again this double gas out of Mana, and we are seeing an engineering bay go down to block the quick nexus out of that Mana would more likely than not be lying down. That's just kind of annoying. And the reason you make an engineering bay is between the price and the health, it is the most economical thing to build, and it takes the longest to kill. I mean, you can just watch the Starcraft whale away at it for quite a while, just doing that 14 damage versus, because all buildings are counted as armored. So very annoying for Mana. It does definitely delay his build. However, in response, what's he do? He just lays down 3 more gateways kind of conspicuously hidden in the back of the base. So I don't know if we're going to be seeing an expand still, or if he will indeed be doing a 4-gate versus our Terran player. A 4-gate could be pretty decent. We are actually seeing extra racks come out of Kas in this game. So kind of interesting that he just decided to do this. A lot of Marines coming out just now, getting his first gas up. And in the past 2 games, we've seen EmpireKas get 2 to 3 bunkers on the high ground. However, no bunkers have been laid down yet. We are having those extra gateways finishing up just now. Warp gate will be finishing very shortly. Here is our proxy pylon. I do believe we are going to be seeing a 4-gate out of Mana. It does have a few units sitting back. If he's going to be doing this 4-gate, I'd recommend using them. However, does not have them pushing out quite yet. There was... Where's the warpage going? There is a small warpage of 3 zealots, 4 zealots coming in over at this forward pylon. 1 bunker now going on top of the high ground there, but I don't know if that's going to be enough if Mana does decide to full out push this, as he's going to have quite a few units. And while we do have a 4 racks coming out of Kas, he did also spend 400 minerals getting this extra command center up, which is really going to hurt him in the coming storm. There we go. There's that second bunker that he really needs to be able to defend against this. Mana is going to be a little bit iffy if he's going to be able to break this. He does have quite a few forces. He does have 2 sentries with Guardian Shield and Force Field ready. I would definitely recommend popping at least 1 Guardian Shield if he's going to try to push up this ramp. Once again, that just gives you that extra 2 armor versus ranged units, which is all these Marines. And Marines who already only do 6 damage, Protoss units have an innate armor of 1. You pop that Guardian Shield, that's 3 armor versus the Marines, so the Marines would only be doing 3 damage then. We do have the second proxy pylon up. Once again, a lot of sensors being warped in off of this double gas. And Mana looks like he's getting ready to just fully commit to this. And I really like that. Get blocked on your expansion. Try to punish your opponent's expansion for it. There goes 1 Guardian Shield being popped, running up the ramp now. Fairly good positioning for both players, really. Now, trying to get a couple force fields down to stop the zombies from escaping. Very good force fields there. And 1 bunker does fall. Second bunker does fall as well. Guardian Shield being re-popped now. And I think that this battle is going to go in favor of our Protoss player, as he will be able to warp in units if he does not forget. Yes, he has quite a few units left over. The Starcraft was really going to be important at this point, as the Zealots are just the meat shield to try to take out the initial forces. Now, I would like to see 1 or 2 Zealots warped in the next run, but I would also like to see a couple Stalkers warped in. And now, the misplaced forces does allow all the SCVs and the reinforcing Marauder and Marines to get down the ramp. However, a lot of Stalkers left. Stalkers do soft counter these Marines. Marauders do hard counter these Stalkers. However, there are not enough Marauders on the field. Only 1 Marauder at a time is not enough to contend with the forces of Mana right now. A lot of Stalkers left, and there's the GG. Well played from Casa. We have seen our victor in this game. Mana does win the series 2-1 against EmpireKas. A very, very well played series by Mana. Losing that first game looked a little bit iffy, just didn't quite look on top of it. However, in games 2 and 3, looked absolutely stunning. And once again, I really, really like his response to this engineering bay that got planted as natural. If you cannot fast expand and it completely kind of jacked up your strategy, just try to punish your opponent for fast expanding himself. And Kas, I think, could have been a little bit more prepared for that. Once again, by blocking that expansion, kind of should have been ready for a very, very aggressive counterattack. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Mana able to push up that ramp and take him out in game number 3, and once again win the series 2-1. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Coffee Break, and I thank you for joining me here on the CoffeeCast. I am going to go on to a TvT next between EmpireKas once again and Imba Braddock, both European players in that matchup. Until then, go to Facebook and type in Coffee Break. You can find me there, and that's how you will know when I'm going live and when I upload more recordings to my YouTube channel. Oh, and speaking of YouTube, go ahead and go subscribe to me on YouTube. You can find me at youtube.com/user/coffeebreak with an O, not a 0, coffee break with an O, 951. I'm going